when you model behavior, children pick up after it. It isn't just do as I say and not as I do, right? Whether you realize it or not, they're absorbing everything that you do and how you do it, right? So I think this was like the perfect video to reinforce that point.
Nah, do you think that when his son start driving, his girlfriend gonna hit it in the back with go?
Shut up! All right, I guess it depends on if he cheats on her the way his daddy did.
This video, it's nice. I like the music, but it helps reaffirm something that I kind of like firmly believe. I personally would not want to deal with a woman who has a father in their child's life. And the reason being is because like this is this person's child, right? And you've been investing in this child, and you tell your child what to do because that's your child. And here you got some other brother coming out here because he's dating you, that he feel like he got to say in this child's life because he's building a relationship with you. And just a personal pet peeve of mine is just like the imprint, the DNA, the thought process, the leadership. Like, why would any other brother want to come into a place where there's already a father there? Now, granted, I understand people do that, and I don't think it's the end of the world that they do that. But to me, this is just me personally. I don't really see the value in coming in when they already have a fully invested father, and in my opinion. And because it's like, I even look at my own father. My father has been kind of here, but not here in my life. But some of the mannerisms I picked up and some of the things I do, I used to do this thing when I was driving with my lady a long time ago, where apparently this was a thing back in the day, where guys would used to hold their woman while they were driving, right? And they used to not be a center console in the older cars. And so the woman used to be able to lay down completely, and they would
Mm.
hold their lady and they would just drive. Now, mind you, I've never seen this before. And I was doing it. And I said, oh, I got to be the coolest dude in the world. And, nobody ever does this. I'm an originator. I'm that guy. My mom heard me saying that. And she said, no, your father used to do that all the time. I had never seen him do it. I never saw at any point of time, never heard of it, never seen it. And I was just like, man, it's like if we really knew how important like being connected to the people that made you is, like I just can't imagine knowing that you have a fully invested father, that I want to come in between you and that relationship. Because
But
when I come responsible for this woman, I'm responsible for everything. I don't care. Your mama, your grandma, I don't care. Everybody is getting the HD smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm responsible for all of y'all. And me personally, I just can't, or I don't want to. I don't desire to. I don't think that's something that I'm going to do if I know you have a fully invested father. Like I don't want to do that.
I I think that that's important. So to each his own. I don't think that people should go in trying to debo. If she has kids and the father is involved, you just have to. It's like teamwork, just like we were saying about the job. It's just teamwork. You
Nah.
know, no different from bonus fathers. People do it all the time. It's just not for you, absolutely. But I find it so crazy that single people complain about being single and they always have something that's gonna keep them single. Like,
No,
everybody
it's not even something that's, it's
it's
actually like
something so
kudos
it's
to what
something
it is that you're building. Like, let's
so
think
what
about it like this. You have a person who is investing in this person that you made. You made this with somebody else, right?
okay.
And you willing to come into that and basically like, all right, listen, you can play the little teammate thing, but it's just like, yo, like, in my opinion, like, and I'm biased because I'm a guy, right? And if I ever had kids, I don't want other people, like other men, really doing some of the things that these men are doing with my kids. Like, I don't want that. I want
They're not
my
trying to
child.
replace you, though.
Yeah,
I'm not
That's
saying nobody said that. If you listen real close.
I'm listening.
He's saying what
but
works for him. He doesn't
Yeah.
want, and that's okay. But I think
I
that
would say it's not even just necessarily what just works for me. I think if you were to ask a good number of men, they don't want other men in their children's lives like that.
Yes.
but
They
you
don't.
don't get it. So
Yes.
unfortunately, so listen. I understand what you don't want, but the only way that you can control that is if you marry the girl. Okay, you cannot control nobody's house. Listen, the only way you can
Well, you
control
can't do that either because
listen,
women are leaving those
listen,
relationships. So you
listen.
can't do
So
that either.
the only household you control is the household you're the man of. Okay, you can't control anybody else's household. We were just talking about, yes, we want to make sure the baby is around a decent person. You give out red flags and you will hope that that person listens to you. But at the end of the day, the only household that you really have control over is your own. You understand? That's just how it works.
I understand full
Hey, HD,
well.
let me give you some. Let
and
me give you
so-
some defense. I'm gonna be a
and-
lawyer real quick. I got you.
So I understand.
That's why men don't leave relationships, Shan.
Hold
He
on,
said,
but his initial point, Shan, was this. His initial point was this. He didn't want anybody controlling a household that he was in, so he wouldn't date somebody that already had kids. And if he's in a household, right, where he's in control of his household and he has to check in with another man, even from the man
He doesn't.
Hold on. Even from the man that is in the relationship as the stepfather, having to check in with the other parent takes his responsibility from being in control of the household out of there. So HD essentially is saying what you just said. You can only be in charge of your family. And if he can't be in charge of his family, whose family is he in charge of?
One, he does not look. A man in my household would never have to consult with a man outside of a household. Period.
If his kids are in the household,
No.
If his kids are in the house, those are.
Listen to what I'm saying. When my child is with me, she is with me. She is under my household. When my kid goes to the household, we don't consult. What goes on his household, I have no control over what he does in his household. He has no control over what I do in my household. Yes, I will give my opinion, but he does not, and nor does he even try to. It doesn't. I don't know what kind of people that y'all are dealing with. It doesn't work that way.
We're not dealing with these people.
So this is what the large majority of co-parents are reporting. You have an amicable situation, which is great. But this is why this is the devastation of divorce and or people never marrying. This is what it leaves it open to, because what all of this custody battling and stuff is done is that women, Dusto used to come on my panel and be like, women have no incentive to not want to be with men. Of course they do. They get to control what happens in the household absent of the man's opinion. That is the number one reason most mischievous women do what they do. Because I can do it and he can't say nothing. They literally say this out of their own mouth, so we can't really dismiss it.